Okay, you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Come on. Start walking, guys. I didn't say run. Okay. Come on, let's go. Here she comes again, and don't put your hand in the camera. Isaac. Walking, remember, walking. You're the...
And Isaac up here.
There's some kind of character sitting up there on the deck. We didn't go to eat there, although Isaac explored the whole thing.
Because you might touch something, you may step
Becky
on
is still exploring the... Tell me again.
Look at the dead fish.
Look at the dead fish. Where?
Your hair hit me. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess there's always time to see a dead fish.
How do you know he's not sleeping?
Because his tail's not there.
Everybody knows dead fish sleep without tails. Okay.
Because he's out of water. He has to go in water to live.
It's going to be our food. Monotonous. Isaac, come here. Isaac, come here. Are you happy to be here? Stop. Stop. Are you happy to be here?
Yes.
All right, just talk. Me too. I'm coming. Okay, where are you going? Where are you going? Upstairs?
Yeah.
Up top deck? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take a picture of you going up. Well.
Sir, is there anything to wipe these seats? They're all wet.
I can see how many.
We haven't started yet. But kids are into the food. This morning they had milk and muffins for breakfast. We're moving out now.
The paddle was moving, but it isn't making the boat move.
Oh, the paddle doesn't make the boat move. Good observation. Becky's going to check out the paddle. So we're headed out now. Of course, our hotel is right across from Old Castle. Pretty exciting. And we're going to head on this 2.25-hour cruise.
The paddle makes it move.
You're kidding. How'd you find that out?
Because it's going into the water and it's dipping all the way down.
Yeah, but I
Good morning,
don't...
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Uncle Sam 7 of the Uncle Sam Boat Tours for your Two Nations tour of the Thousand Islands region. Your pilot is Captain Chuck Scott. Serving you downstairs at the concession will be Rick. My name is Kenny. I'll be your guide and announcer. Coast Guard regulations do mandate that as new passengers aboard the boat, we must inform you where your life jackets are and also how to put them on should you need them, which you more than likely will not. On the bottom deck, they're right above your heads on the ceiling, and here up top, they're at the back of the boat, on either side of the stern, in the large gray box. Should you need them, simply place them over your head either way. They are the reversible yoke jackets. They rest upon your shoulders. Take the black strap around your waist and tie it securely in front of you.
Watch how he does that.
You'll more than likely not need your life jacket unless, of course, you see the captain, Rick, or me diving like a madman for one. Should you see such a sight, you might want to follow suit, chime in, and do the same. Otherwise, you wouldn't need them in 64 years of service we have yet to have a passenger ever put one on and have them be needed. For your convenience, we do have at the very back of the lower deck a concession stand and alcoholic bar. Rick is downstairs. He has an assortment of Coca-Cola products, chips, candy, as well as Genesee beer, Miller, and Miller Lite. If you'd like something, we also have mixed drinks. And again, Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, Orange, and Ginger Ale. He'd be glad to serve you throughout. Smoking allowed here up top, or the very back or aft deck downstairs. Please no smoking on the lower enclosed area. As a courtesy property, Casino Island, once the site of the first, last, and only legalized gambling casino in New York State. Casino Island, destroyed by fire that casino in 1922, and the village purchased the island in 1980 as an annex to the village park. Casino Island and the local village pavilion, Scenic View Park.
God, it's so
The
small.
body of water that we left from home of the Uncle Sam Boat Tours is known as the Lower James Street Bay. Now to your left is the Upper James Street Bay. There is no actual body of water known as Alexandria Bay. The village is a peninsula, a point of land, surrounded on all three sides by water. You'd never find a chart or map that would label a body of water, Alexandria Bay. The village is today not only geographically but economically the business and resort center of the Thousand Islands region. In keeping with this theme, there are some 5 multi-million-dollar resorts that you'll see in your tour today. And the first is to your left, where you see the long series of red and white buildings along the New York State mainland. This is the Edgewood Resort, owned by Mrs. Judy Hebert Wade and her brother Jeff Hebert of Alex Bay. They host our annual Balloon Fest this coming weekend. Tour of the Uncle Sam Boat Tours. Period furnishings down the interior, and Mrs. Amsterdam will take you through on a personally guided 1-hour tour through the mansion. The Island Mansion Tour departs 3 p.m. daily from the Uncle Sam docks. Casablanca, owned by the Albert J. Amsterdam family, again from Key West, Florida. The lions, gargoyles, dragons, and griffins to your left along the stone seawall. These ornaments were placed here back during Prohibition to ward off the evil spirits which were said to roam the Thousand Islands. Those evil spirits, oddly enough, coming in the form of bottled Canadian bootleg whiskey, go figure. The Casablanca Estate. Next up to your left on Cherry Island, you'll see the boathouse with the yellow awnings as well as the main summer home with yellow awnings. This is the Winley Lodge, once owned by the Kellogg's, as in Kellogg's Cereal Company and Feed Mills of Battle Creek, Michigan. Currently owned by Don Hazeltine and family from Scottsdale, Arizona. As you can see, they take great pride each year in keeping the grounds extremely well groomed. It has been, it still remains to be, one of the best maintained summer homes and summer mansions and estates here in the region, the Winley Lodge. You are at this time sailing through what's known as the Millionaire's Colony, or the Millionaire's Row, so named years ago when there were over 100 millionaires that summered here in the region, building the large 30, 40, and 50-room palatial mansions from years gone by. Some of them stand, many destroyed by fire and the elements over the years. You'll see well over a dozen good examples of the millionaire's days, again back at the turn of the century. The rocky island we're approaching dead ahead of us, will pass it on your right. This is the historic Devil's Oven. You'll see a small blackened area at the surface of the water. This is where the notorious river pirate Bill Johnston hid for 3 days and 3 nights under cover of darkness. He was brought food and supplies by his young daughter Kate and his wife. He hid 30 feet inside in a small rowing skiff inside the cavern. He was trying to avoid the authorities. He was wanted by the American and British governments for his part in the Patriots War, a little-known, ill-fated attempt by Americans and Canadians of this region to help wrest what is now the Dominion of Canada from the British Empire. He hid in that small cavern. After 3 days and 3 nights, he was apprehended by the authorities. He was tried, convicted of treason with good reason. He spent a year in an Albany State Jail. He was eventually pardoned by both governments. He went on to become, as his sentence, the lighthouse keeper at the Rock Island Lighthouse, 3 miles upstream ahead of us near Fisher's Landing, New York. He lived until the age of 88. He died in 1870. Later on in the tour, we'll take you under and we'll show you some of the Canadian spans to the bridge system, and at which time I'll tell you a great deal more about the bridge. At this time, we've swung out into the main Seaway Channel. This is the main American shipping channel of the St. Lawrence Seaway. No guarantee we'll see a ship. You can sit on the shore for an hour or two and see a half a dozen go by. You can sit there for 2 days and not see a one. They're scheduled purely at random. We have no idea when they'll come through. We cannot time the tour to coincide with the passing ship. But again, chances are we may see a ship. Usually the chance is good during, say, the mid-morning hours when your tour takes place. This is the only access route through the Thousand Islands for the larger, heavier ships. Think of this as the main thoroughfare of traffic. This is the freeway or the highway. The St. Lawrence River and the St. Lawrence Seaway are anything but one and the same. St. Lawrence River goes from the foot of Lake Ontario to the ocean. The St. Lawrence Seaway goes from Duluth, Minnesota, western tip of Lake Superior, to the ocean. Again, they coincide in some spots. They overlap. By no means are they one and the same. The St. Lawrence Seaway, constructed back in the 1950s, a joint project between the United States and Canada, where some $2 billion was spent on dredging and blasting operations to widen and deepen the channel in some spots, and also the construction of locks and dams all along the Midwest and here on the St. Lawrence, considered the fourth seacoast of the United States. We're traveling at this time through what's known as the American Narrows, and as the name suggests, it's been the site of many boating and shipping accidents over the years. The American Narrows begins beyond the bridge you saw a few minutes back by Rock Island Light and continues on a 10-12 mile stretch below Alexandria Bay. It has again been the site of boating and shipping accidents. Case in point, back in November of 1974, 16 years ago this coming November, the Roy A. Jagri, a 634-foot iron ore carrying laker, was proceeding upstream or downbound the Seaway Channel. Sailing upstream past Alexandria Bay, the Seaway pilot, by no fault of his own, strayed too far to his right and struck a shoal off Wellesley Island, where you see the red channel marker dead ahead of us. Those big ships need about a mile of straight distance waterway just to stop. It would end in full reverse. She stopped rather quickly as she struck that hard rock shoal. It ripped a 75-foot gash in the hull of the vessel. She took on water quite fast. The pumps were manned in attempts to make to save the ship. Pennsylvania. In 1896, he purchased from Congressman K. Hart Island for $20,000. He removed the several-storied stone castle-like cottage. He removed it in its entirety to Wellesley Island. The castle's construction began in 1900. He built the castle in love of his wife Louise to show her just what he thought of her, spending $2.5 million. He spent $25 on the small brown cottage here he left all by itself in the water, especially for his mother-in-law, to show her what he thought of her. As you can see, all the doors lead directly to the water. She was rumored to be a frequent sleepwalker and an insomniac to boot. She just couldn't win. George had the nasty habit of leaving the doors unlocked, those doors leading, of course, to the water's edge. It's just a nasty, unseemly rumor. It's known actually as just rumor enough. It has no connection whatsoever to the castle. To your left now, the yacht houses built in connection with the castle on Wellesley, the larger of the two under restoration, placed on the National Registry of Historic Places. At the head of the island, a miniature replica of the Arch of Triumph, as that seen in Paris, France, form a welcoming center for those guests who were to have arrived under the arch. No guests ever passed under the arch. Upon the untimely death of his wife, she died of pneumonia at age 43. Months away from the castle's completion, he ordered all work to stop. This castle never finished, furnished, or lived in by the Bolt or any other family. Now, immediately to your left, next to the water's edge, the Ulster's Tower or Children's Playhouse. The Bolt family stayed there a few summers while work was in progress on the main castle. The main castle rises 6 stories from its foundation to its highest tower, 120 rooms, 55 fireplaces, and the castle is a replica of a 16th century Rhineland castle in Germany made entirely of native granite. The basement was to have an indoor pool, the first floor the social area, the upper floor set up in suites. The long, low extension among the trees was built to house an underground trolley system to carry baggage and supplies. From the lower end of the island to the main castle, it housed the servants' quarters. The upper section would have been the Italian gardens. Lastly, to your left, all by itself on the water at the foot of the island, the medieval-looking structure, the bell tower, the powerhouse, or the clock tower. Westminster chimes would have been in the tower, and a coal-fired generator would have provided electricity, and a water pumping station.
We're approaching the bridge. We are in Canada. We're on the Canadian side of this St. Lawrence River, so we were just told. So your children, Becky and Isaac, are out here in Canada. We're going to go under that bridge and go around and come back the other direction. It's really windy. You can see the breeze here. Becky, oh, okay.
Look out,
Sex navigating, showing her where we're going. We have a little map here.
Hey, no, we're right there. Look, right there. It's building. We don't need that far. Here, so I'll show you the way.
The tall tower that you see sticking out among the trees to your left-hand side is known as the Thousand Islands Sky Deck. Strictly an observation tower located on Hill Island, Ontario, Canada. At ceremonies attended by then American President Franklin Delano Roosevelt of the United States and then Canadian Prime Minister William Lyon, Mackenzie King of Canada. $3.5 million was needed to build the bridge. It would cost $35 to $40 to build it today. The bridge system again connects the New York State mainland to the Canadian main shore via 5 spans. One American you saw a glimpse of earlier, one 90-foot granite international span, the shortest vehicular international bridge in the world, and 3 Canadian. 3 types of engineering. Thus the Canadians received a large ego. Scared stiff. They're actually not even stuffed. They're wood chainsaw carving. The owner is in the process of making a tiger or cat on the other side of the island. Yet another wood chainsaw carving here on Paradise Island. At this time, we're sailing in about 42 feet of water, according to the river chart. In about a half a minute, it'll be 170 feet deep. In a full minute, it'll be 30 feet deep. The bottom of the river is like the terrain you see around you. Islands and shoals popping up all over the place. We have nearly 1,800 islands. We have well over twice that number of shoals. Hard granite rock shoals, not sandbars that you might find in some rivers. If you came boating on the river and you're unfamiliar with the area, you'd do well to make friends with a native. Kidnap a river rat, bring them on board your boat, and have them show you what areas to go and what areas to avoid. Your legal means of recourse to avoid the kidnapping charges. To your left, beyond the islands and trees, the Canadian suspension span of the bridge we crossed under earlier. Also ahead, not quite so far to the left, is the arch or rainbow span. Dead ahead of us is the Warren Truss span. 3 Canadian spans, 3 types of engineering to these bridges, thus the Canadians, rightfully so, receive credit again for 3 spans.
You come to the bathroom.
And again, the American, 1 suspension span, 1 international. The bridge system is the nearest roadway crossing in this region. The nearest beyond us would be the Ogdensburg-Prescott International Bridge, 50 miles downstream, and about 6. Perhaps they don't get you quite close enough to the island. Again, that was a sympathy wave for those of you kind enough to take part. The Empire Line will just simply ignore them altogether.
These are some of the other lines. He's kidding about that. Take tours. He said that the first one was a French line that was capable. We don't even have a live American.
Card said it's actually more of a luxury to own the 2 islands. Because whenever he gets in a fight, he simply grabs a whenever he gets in a fight with his wife, he simply grabs a 6-pack and leaves the country.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, that's the 2 islands connected by a bridge.
I hope you guys won't disappoint me. Give me my first loss.
This is a ship, that's exactly the way we are. We're supposed to stand up and wave at them.
Okay, I'll give you a
we're
little
having a
cue
really
here.
good time. Don't forget, you have to stand up and wave and shout.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. And we still beat them. None of them even stood up. Now, we came through a section of the river a while ago that was known as the Canadian Palisades, and he told you well over 200 feet deep. And as well, he must have told you most of the St. Lawrence River has a very hard rock, tombstone granite bottom. Now, this section of the river we're coming through now is known as the Mud Flats, or the old ferry boat channel.
And when they get in, they have to agree they will. One thing to the society, and they get the
I thank Rick very much for mentioning while I was part. We again must ask you to plan to catch the next boat because again we'll be leaving immediately. Let your shore again in the stern, same deck that you come aboard on again the port or left hand side. At this time, as we make our approach, you should keep in mind several things. It is but the shell of a Rhineland castle. Upon the death of his wife, the untimely death of his wife Louise, he lost interest. He sent a telegram that said simply, "Stop all work at the castle. Louise has died." And again, the castle never finished, furnished, or lived in by the Bolt family. First floor has a slide presentation, several exhibits, a presentation on the building of the castle and its builder, George Bolt, to truly appreciate the castle, to think what it would, could, and should have been. This is the conclusion of your Two Nations.
Okay, now we are entering the castle, which is being flowered. And there goes Becky and Isaac walking along. Oh, I know it's noisy here a little bit, but not usually. Kids are talking to everybody as usual, asking the way around. Whoops, going in the wrong door. You found the entrance? You just tell Becky? What did you tell her?
And the red confusing plates.
And why is that?
Because the thing in the floor that like it. Look at the bird! Get the bird!
Where's the bird?
Right there!
Oh yeah, there it is. And Becky spots the bird. Well, we're in the castle. And Isaac was reading the signs.
I'm going to go in.
Okay, he's going in. Good idea. Yeah.
Tell him I don't want to come out.
Isaac, you want to go down? Isaac, go around. Go around, dear. Well, this is how it all looks from one of the top flights of the castle. I don't know how interesting it is. But there go the kids down. There he goes, Isaac's climbing his steps and walking down now. Goes. That's a replica of it. It's just one of those interesting features that George Bolt designed. Right, Becky? You like it? Kind of fun to climb around and look at the water. There's Becky. She's exploring over there.
Look, 100 down 14-year-old child.
Right, that's how many life jackets there are.
I think I want to go to Texas. I should go for the now and one day. Look, nice. Oh, I
Well, we've already been to the museum, but here we are going again. Okay, watch it, kids. Starting again, we're going into the Adirondack Blue Mountain, Blue Lake Museum. This one is just for the record to show you. Isaac said he didn't want to go back in because he'd already been here one time, but he's doing it anyway. Just to show you a little bit, there's a boat in there. like a lot of bicyclers come this way. There's one. That's how I would look.
You know, but they're relatively ancient roads. Like you could see them with all the water on them, right?
This is our second journey through, and we're going over to view the beautiful view.
They have a toy building, but
So beautiful here. This was one of the most interesting things. This was the cannon that called the people to church. Ta-da! Come on, Isaac. I know you've been here, but baby, Isaac, let's go. Come on, Ike. Ikey. Come on, Becky. Don't go on a sit-down strike now when I couldn't get you before to come up. Let's go. There's so many things to see. Like that was a hotel at one time, and cabins where people stayed. And this is the wood and water exhibit, which is fabulous. You're not seeing it, of course, now. We're all too tired. Come on, you guys, get up. We're going. We're going to go to the bookstore. Isaac, we're going to go to the bookstore and buy something for Bree. Come on, Becky, ready to get that color book? Okay.
on us. You see us?
Yeah.
Did you push the button?
Uh-huh.
Does it say REC?
Yep.
Folks, we'll see you soon.
There's Isaac and there's the lazy bones Baba.
Oh, God, I deserve a medal. Honestly. Isaac, didn't I tell you to stop that silliness? So silly.
Yeah, it's my turn to do some pictures.
Okay.
Becky. Just a sec.
Becky, come on.
Becky, would you let me have a chance? Just a second. Isaac, don't do that.
Becky, if you push the red button, it'll stop.
Press the red
It's
button.
recording.
The red light.
Uh,
You see the little red button?
da, da, da.
Now hold still. Don't bounce too much with it, or we'll just be bouncing around. No, you got to keep it straight. Keep it straight. All right. No, you're going too fast. You're going too fast. Isaac. All right, that's... Hello.
Hello. Hello.
No, Isaac, stop. Push the button.
Can you tell us about that rock? Do you know anything about it?
I do.
What do you know?
Nice something.
You see little stones in it, little gems?
There's little red stuff. Yes, and it's gold, of course. Now, see all that white stuff? You're not That's gold.
It's garnet.
Now, the bonnet is Bubba, who's speaking into the microphone.
Excuse me, kids.
Now, there is Becky's pocketbook. Bye-bye.
eastern white pine. And that's the blue red spruce. And that's the eastern hemlock. Come on, Ike.
Guess what? Boy, isn't this a hot day?
This is really a remarkable place. I apologize for those last few pictures. I know they were horrendous. But just a last-ditch, very tired effort to catch something of what we had seen. Hopefully it'll make more sense to us than what has made sense to you. What tastes better than regular Total?
This does. This Total Raisin Bran. I don't know.
Mom, this is rice?
Let me see
Getting
it, Jody.
green.
This looks like it's
No, that's all bran. Going to the wholesome breakfast, all bran.
All bran. Which we have now. Becky, I'll feed you when we get home.
I want some more bread. Where's the camera? Oh, there's the camera.
Did she say hi now, Erica?
Hi.
She says hi and bye and
She says hi with her legs. She goes happy everyone. Hey.
Want to feed yourself? She can put food in her mouth if it's big enough. Where's Grandmama? Huh? Where's Becky? Where's Becky? Where's Isaac? That's right. Where's Kata? Where's Kata?
She's lucky free. There's the camera. See? That's the camera.
Stand. Say, come on, stand up.
Take your feet off.
Hi.
Hi.
She loves performing. Anything to kick, she'll go for. Brianna has no fear of water. She loves it. She'll dive in, she'll do everything. She sticks her head under the water. Wow. And chokes and goes down for more.
Now what,
Tupperware
Jody?
shaker.
Oh, let me see it. What's in it? I think that's the one with parsley.
Who's this at? Who's this at? I hate parsley, says Isaac.
How much fiber do they have on it?
Are they good?
Yeah.
They're good. Well, that's the best breakfast you can eat. That is the best breakfast you can eat. And Becky, what are you eating, Becky?
lots of fiber.
Raisin bran, that's what Becky's eating.
I got taste.
Okay, come on out and let's see the dance. Do your shooting.
I'll give you your book.
Good.
And then we'll get packed up and ready to go. All right, hold on. Stand up. Yeah, come here. I'll go and pack up the rest of the stuff that's downstairs.
All right, whatever you want to take. You can leave anything you want to leave, Erica. This is where Pearl Visions live. I guess all of them, both Eyesworth. And as we pan around here, we're going to see some other house, and then voila, this is the house of my cousin Sam Wurtzel. And we're going to go inside and take a look in a couple of minutes. It's party time. Michelle is being engaged to Scott.
Hi.
And this is my new friend, Alex, who is my cousin Alma's good friend, Alex. And he's going to give us a guided tour
Oh,
of
yes, just follow me right in.
Okay, here we go. And can you tell us what we're looking at?
Well, we're looking at Sam Wurtzel's place. New place.
New and where the rich and famous hang out, right?
Yes, the rich and famous.
That's us.
Stop doing that.
Here's one little lane or mall named for Michelle, the young lady who's engaged today. Open. Oh, this door opens and we are going inside. The first thing I'll show you is the table. We saw the table. Oh dear. It's been gone through mostly, but it was a lovely spread. There's the kitchen in there. Studio. No, I'm sorry, this is, yes, one of the living rooms. Cousin Harvard. This is Grandma's family
I don't know where to look.
Smile, you're on candid camera.
Can we see this tonight?
Sure.
On the VCR?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
I gotta get a few of the cousins on here.
I just got you guys. This one.
Here's Bill. That was his new girlfriend.
I think they're beginning to learn.
And that's cousin Lisa's husband, named Jim. And here's one of my favorite cousins. I think I'm going to ask David to say a few words.
He says to me, this is the friendliest game I ever played. So every 4 months I get a new ball out. And it's smiling back at me. It's amazing.
Now, oh, beautiful. This is gorgeous, but Aunt Betty, you have to say something, Aunt Betty. I have lots of pictures of you smiling, but I haven't any pictures of you talking. And that woman is Lisa's mother-in-law from Rhode Island. Yeah. Just a minute. So we're cousin Sam. You got to say something funny.
If Lou only knew what Marketanus meant, then that would be all we do. To a lady who treated my daughter as if it was her daughter. That's what the Rayola is. And to Aunt Betty Goldberg, who said to me, stop calling your mother Mommy. You sound like a little boy.
But so what? You were
I
only
did that until I was
45.
50.
Oh, 50. Okay, that's right.
She says, you gotta cut that out.
I bought them all the mayonnaise.
So Sam, all right, your place is really neat. Now, I suppose you wouldn't give me a quick tour, would you? This is Sam's study, his desk. And this is Aunt Anne's clock. Remember that? That's her grandfather clock. Now we're going into their bedroom. And this is it with the bed. That's it, the bed, the screen, outdoors a little bit. I suppose the big feature is the bathroom. in the tub. I think this is Sam's. Note the black marble and the beautiful fixtures. But this is not the end. There is, around the corner, Phyllis's room, her little dressing room. Note the beautiful sink and fixtures. And this is their itsy bitsy closet that I understand you can walk through. A little bit of closet there. And if you're wondering what I'm looking like today, here I am. Looking pretty wide. See me over there too, shooting. Well, we're having a good time.
Can you help me with this?
Yes, I will.
What is that?
You can talk to her.
I'm a little high.
David, you're a little high, but you guys can talk on.
Uh-oh.
Tell her.
Turn over here, Scott. Turn over here to the camera.
Do you want to help her? How does it?
David, Billy? This isn't our home, so.
Oh, well, maybe one day. Okay, let's see. I think I better get over here. So, Michelle.
Yeah, oh, that's good, Scott. Oh, isn't it in
He's
your eyes
right.
now?
He's right. It is. All right, that's better.
Oh,
That's
there we go.
great. That's great. Okay, so, Michelle, do you want to introduce your fiancé?
This is my fiance, Scott. Scott Boken, B-O-K-U-N. U-N, as in Nancy.
Okay.
And we're living in New York, which I know you all are New Yorkers.
Upstate New York.
Pretty far away,
Yeah.
but in the same state.
Okay, so tell us what my kids would be interested in. How did you meet?
Well, we met in college. We actually met our first day of college, and we were very good friends for over a year, and then we started dating.
Oh, wonderful.
So we've
Friends
been
first.
dating for over 6 years.
When Harry met Sally. This is one of those affairs.
Except for we didn't hate each other when we first met each other.
You just kind of, you clicked right away. Okay. And what do you do? That's an American question.
Yes, so very much so.
Okay, so.
And I'll go first because mine's not as interesting. I work for Anderson Consulting. So I do computer consulting for large companies. We're hired by large companies to install computer systems. Whereas Scott...
I work in films. I'm an apprentice film editor, like the assistant to the assistant. And I made a couple of feature films, and I've worked on some TV shows.
Boy, could I use you at home with my home movie. Okay, so what have you done? Anything we know?
Yes, right now, as a matter of fact, yesterday, a film of mine opened called My Blue Heaven. It's Steve Martin.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Opened yesterday.
And you worked on
I
it?
worked on it for about 6 months.
Fabulous. Will you have credit on it?
Almost. No, I won't. You won't see my name on it.
Oh.
I came this
Put
close.
on the next movie, maybe. So, take note.
Okay.
This movie will be out in November, and it's called right now True Colors with James Spader and John Cusack, but I think the
I
title's
thought
going
it
to
was
change.
going to be out in October.
No, they're going to try to push it for November.
Oh, okay.
That's exciting. It sounds glamorous, and
Well, it's not so glamorous, but it is exciting.
it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's
Glamour is not, definitely not.
No.
Gee, you both look-
Working 22 hours over a weekend is not.
Oh, no, but it's intense, right? Could you
Yes.
stand up? Sure. I don't mean to boss you around, but I want to see how pretty you both look together.
And if you want, I can show them all my wedding dress, but Scott can't see it. No, oh, wait.
Really?
Yeah, I have the picture right here.
Oh.
Okay, and surprise.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my dress. Scott doesn't know what it looks like, so make sure you don't tell him.
Oh, gorgeous. Oh, gorgeous.
And don't say anything about it.
No, I won't say a word. I won't say a word. I won't even tell him that the color is a marvelous shade of black.
Yes.
And her little baby, who is the most precocious baby, bar none. Oh, Erica, your baby is precocious too. But this baby, I have to say, because Erica's going to see this film. This baby's name is Stephanie.
Stephanie
with
J.
Rayola with an Stephanie F with an F.
Right.
And she can stand. Oh wait, she's 9 months.
She's 9 months. And she can stand on her own.
And she can take maybe 2 steps before she falls
I
and goes
know.
boom.
I have to show this to Brianna as an antenna. Brianna's 10 months.
She says, Mama, Dada, Baba, bye-bye, and hi.
Okay. Okay, now
But I
let's
must admit,
hear
I've
something.
never heard anything but dad.
Let's hear
I
it.
never heard anything but dad, dad, dad.
Let's hear it.
Dad, dad, dad.
Bye.
Dad, if you wave bye-bye.
Yeah, if you do this like
Oh, my
this.
battery's gone.
No.
If you wave bye-bye.
I
No.
have a battery problem.
Uh-oh, this sounds bad.
Video. The darn batteries always go out.
Bye-bye.
And they get less and less time on them.
Dad?
So now,
Dad?
wait. Okay.
And here we are on the second level of this fabulous house. Another feature of the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Here we are in Phyllis and Sam Worthel's fabulous new home.
Okay, do you want to position yourself?
Harkness Boulevard.
Oh, on what boulevard?
Here we are, Harkness.
Harkness, okay.
In the Briar Estates. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me, is this not the most gorgeous house ever? This is one of the guest rooms. And when the children come, they stay over here in this lovely guest room. We have this architectural feature of the half window over here.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we have all the pleated shades.
Oh, yeah.
The latest and newest in every look to be found.
Oh, Alma, good. Okay, dear, just a minute. Could you
And
turn the picture? So we can.
And this, of course, is your host and hostess, Mr. and Mrs. Wortzel.
Oh, and there's Aunt Anne.
This is their mom, Anne. And this is one of their daughters, Lisa.
Mm-hmm. And I did get Lisa just a few minutes ago with her baby.
Yes, and usually when Lisa comes with her husband, Jim, and her baby, she stays in this room here. This is her guest room. It's not a fascinating.
No, this is
But
another.
nonetheless, it's a very utilitarian. Nice little room. Again, we feature the pleated shades and the little cornice.
I better get those
And the
pleated
fabulous
shades.
intercom.
Alma, those little pleated shades, I can't tell you what they are.
$200 a piece, they're pleated
Yeah.
shades. And here we are in the bachelor pad with its pleated shade and
And
its
the
very
sky.
high-tech look. This is the newest bachelor pad look, gray, black, and white.
I like it very much.
Yes,
Very
absolutely.
good.
And
Maybe
of
we'll
course,
see his bath.
This is the bath.
If the cord reaches.
This
Oh,
is the bath. Done
nice.
in the newest steel gray.
Great, yeah. Let me get the hopper.
Yeah, skip it. I love this toilet. I love the color of that toilet.
Yeah, me
Deep
too.
charcoal gray.
Jimmy Dean, my boy.
Jimmy
Dean.
Dean.
Oh, okay. Very, very nice. Here we are on the second floor. I'm shooting down the front window entrance, which is quite impressive. And the chandelier over the front. And here, but lo and behold, here comes cousin Alma. She's coming up the steps.
Tree of white.
There she comes up the steps. And
Gorgeous.
yeah, it is beautiful.
His daughter's getting married next week.
Oh, really? Did he talk you out of that?
What? No, I could if I wanted.
He tried.
Hey, Marcy.
Ooh.
Marcy.
Sorry, there's so many people here.
Marcy. Excuse me. What's the thing?
She's sitting at the one the next dressing table.
It's not still being
Into smart. He has to visit me one day. He can have He's top over 10 years ago. I was coming up in the elevator. I was wishing that I had a cigarette. Well, sit up a little bit. Come on.
Yeah, we're comfortable. This is the place that...
Well, this is recording now, so
Recording. You want your best
this
shot.
talks, speaks,
We
smiles.
haven't talked all night, so we're not going to talk.
Oh, you're not going to talk now?
It wouldn't be natural. It wouldn't be natural. We're supposed to-
Josie, why don't you tell us something about yourself?
Let's tell the camera where we met.
Why don't you tell us about how you met Bill?
I met Bill in Atlantic City on the beach. He came up and put his towel down beside me, made the moves on me.
Smooth, smooth.
I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story. I saw a couple kids that I think I knew from the summers before, and I went over and I asked the kid if he had an extra beer, and we had a beer. And he was looking at a girl sitting across the beach. And I said, well, why don't you go talk to her? You've been staring at her for 10 minutes. He said, all right, I will. So he went over and talked to this girl for about 10 minutes and came back all depressed because she shot him down. In the meantime, I was looking at Josie, and he said, well, why don't you go talk to her? I said, okay, I will. I sat down next to her, talked to her for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Well, what did you guys?
Have a conversation.
Yeah, what did you talk about anyway? And did you have anything more to say after that?
No, we talked about art because
talked
I'm
about
an
art.
art major and he has an art gallery.
And I kept pumping her for information on who her favorite artist was and why.
Oh, great.
Did she
And
give
he
you
told me
information?
Chagall.
Mm.
Gotta remember these details.
That's it.
You gotta remember
these
that you paid
details.
attention.
And
And he asked me out on a date.
that's right. I wasted no time.
Oh.
Wasted no time.
And so where did you go on your first date?
Well, actually, I couldn't wait for the first date, so I called her up the night before the first date and we went out to Samuel Adams Pub. And when she told me she liked the beer they had there, I said, she's the girl for me. Alma, you've been to the Samuel Adams. Pan over to her. Pan.
All right, wait a second.
Oh. Now
Your
stop.
cue, Alma.
And what do I
What's the question? What is the question?
What is the question? And
Samuel Adams.
the Samuel Adams, no, but the question is, what did you first think when you saw Bill, and what did you first think when you saw
You're very pushy, mother.
Well.
Oh no, is he
go first,
coming?
Josie.
Is he coming over here to hit at me?
Yeah, I mean, oh my God.
No, he walked by several times.
I didn't?
Yes, you did.
No, I
You
didn't.
walked down to the beach. Yes, you did.
Oh, right.
And you
Okay.
turned around and you looked at me, and I was embarrassed. I didn't know. I mean, I looked at you, and you walked by, and you walked and sat back with those guys, and then you came back up.
That was a while later, though.
Yeah.
Because in the first pass, I really wasn't.
I seen
I
you
hadn't
walk
keyed in
down
yet.
to the beach.
It was sort of a lot of glare out
You
there on the
stay-
beach.
Put it while you're ahead,
There
though.
was a lot of glare on the beach. I really couldn't see anything.
Yes.
Here we have an experienced, experienced man of the world telling the younger
Me,
man
experienced?
to quit while he's ahead.
I mean, I had to come all the way to Philadelphia.
Alex,
Yeah.
ask Alex to explain long distance romance.
He just came
Right.
over. He just came over to me at a party, and he said to me, he sat down next to me, and he said to me, "Is your name Michelle?" Oh, he did. And I'm like, "Who are you?"
And I said, I'm Alex.
And he said, "I'm Alex." And he said, "Are your name Michelle?" I said, "No, but that's really odd. I have a niece named Michelle."
Why was that your line? Just you said that. That was the
That was
line.
his line.
Start conversation.
For that moment, yeah, it was.
Why Michelle?
I don't know, I just picked it.
That was your.
Came
That's
to
your way.
his mind, and that was it.
And that's how we got started.
Yeah. Oh, look, there you go. There you go. Oh, my God, that's great.
Wait, Betty, what do you think of all this young romance?
What'd you say?
What do you think of all this young romance?
What do I think?
You wish you were young again?
Maybe.
Want to go through that all again?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? We're all
Yeah. I'd
romantic.
like to be 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt.
And know what you know today.
Oh, boy.
And Becky
That
under
would
the
backfire
pillow.
on you.
Becky, what do you think, dear? You would want to be 20 years older?
No, you don't want to do that, Becky.
No, don't do that when Grandma's doing that. She doesn't have to be 20 years. She doesn't even know what 20 years is.
You were such a ham on your trip. Why are you shying away from the camera now?
Good night, everybody out there in TV
No,
land.
we start from her.
Alma has something to
Yes,
say.
I think that Becky's got a good idea. You start over here. Producer, to my Aunt
A
Betty
wise-
Goldberg.
A wise comment.
And my Aunt Betty Goldberg is going to
Close the
first
show.
want to say goodnight to our camera lady. Good night, camera lady.
Good night.
Very sweet.
Good night, Aunt Betty.
Good night.
Night, Baba.
Good night. Who?
Baba.
Who?
Grandma.
Better.
Grandmama. That's pretty. To my cousin Robin. Tonight, which is August the 18th, 1990. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night, Alma.
everybody.
Good night, Josie. Nice to meet you.
Today's August 18th. Just 2 days from my birthday.
Little plug.
I would like everybody to know that my address is 3630 Connecticut Avenue. Checks are acceptable. Cash, send at your own risk. I'll be 26 years old. 26 years old. And send the appropriate gift.
Just a baby.
Well, happy birthday.
And make sure if you send something that I won't want, I'll have to have a receipt to return.
Okay.
Well, first I want to say a happy birthday to Bill in advance. And
Thank you.
I want to say good night
No, I wouldn't say.
to everyone. It's just been a lovely day.
That's true.
Good night.
Night. Night. Night, everybody. Let's all wave. Wave. Good night.
That's all, folks.